Yo, what's good, guys? So today I'm going to be talking about loving somebody you can't have, or the regret of loving someone. And this is coming from both sides of the story, because it affects both sides. Do you know what I mean? So uh, I'm gonna be talking. So can I just say this? There's a bit of backstory for the story. So first of all, I'm a Christian, but I'm also gay. And it sucks. I don't like it, but it is what it is. I pray about it a lot and all of that, but I've come to terms with it. Do you know what I mean? I've come to terms. I like dudes. I don't like women and all of that, and it just is what it is. Do you know what I mean? But I have this friend. His name's Will, or at least we were friends, and he's 17. I'm 14. But we were really good friends for a while, and we were just chilling. Do you know what I mean? We were just there wasn't anything super special between us. Like, I kind of liked him. I thought he was kind of, I did really like him. He meant a lot to me. But eventually I said, hey, do you want to like meet up 1-on-1, because we'd only really been hanging out at church and stuff and playing Valorant with his brother and stuff. Do you know what I mean? But I was like, yo, do you want to meet up 1-on-1? And he was like, oh yeah, sure. I was like, yeah, this my friend Anna wants to meet you. And so he was like, yeah. And he came early on the day. This was earlier this year, by the way. He came early, and we got pizza. It was like 12. We got lunch, and we just talked about school and life, and it was all chill. Nothing super special. Do you know what I mean? Nothing that would scream, oh, he has a big fat fucking crush on me. Do you know what I mean? Just like, it was just chill. And then it was fine. And then we ended up seeing some of my other friends. His name's Elliot and Tabby. That was their names. And we played volleyball with them for a bit. And it was really fun. But then it got to a point. Anna messaged me, or she called me, and she was like, hey, Jude, I'm at the skate park. Like, pull up with Will, and we can fucking play volleyball or whatever. And I was like, okay, bet. So me and Will were walking down. It was like the top of the hill here. And then you kind of walk down a bit. There was a bridge. And then you walk down a little bit more, do a turn, and then the skate park's here. Okay. We were just before the bridge. And there were, bearing in mind, Elliot and Tabby had gone at this point, so there was nobody around to hear us. And he goes, and we were just walking in silence and stuff, you know what I mean? Just like, it wasn't awkward or anything, it was just, it was just fun. I'm walking down, he goes, Judah, and I go, yeah. He goes, like, you're like my favourite person, like, at the moment. And I'm like, oh, thank you, that means a lot. And he's like, yeah, but, and it's like, you're just better than all my other friends and all my friends my age. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, so you're kind of like a mix of my brother and my school friends. I was like, how come? He's like, well, you're mature, but you're also the complete opposite of dry. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, my friends at school are kind of dry, do you know what I mean? They don't really message me much, and they just don't really care. They just want to talk about their stuff. And I was like, oh. And he's like, yeah, but you care about me and talk to me like they do, but care about me and do the fun things that I do with my brother. And I was like, oh, thank you. Well, like, I'm glad you think that. And he's like, oh yeah, but and then he goes and he looks at me, and he goes, but Judah, like, you make me think and feel things that nobody has ever made me think and feel before. And I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, but Judah, like, and he looked at me, like in the eyes, and went, Judah, look at me. And I looked at him, and went, but Judah, I can't like you like that. I can't, the things I think and feel about you, I can't and don't want to feel towards you. And I don't really understand that in the moment. I was kind of like, it was like he said that, and we kind of just walked for a bit. Like, just 3 seconds. And then I was going to say something to him, but Anna ran up to us, she saw us, and she ran up to us, and Will just kind of looked at me and did this, like, kind of awkward smile. And then he was like, he nodded his head, and I ran over to her, and I gave her a hug and everything, and the day went on. I never actually asked him about that, though, and I regret it. I feel like I should have, and it'd help us understand, but here's what I'm going to. He couldn't love me. His family hate me because they're homophobic, very homophobic, let me put it that way. His brother doesn't like gay people because he thinks I'm the reason this girl didn't get with her. It's just stupid. That's a story for another day, though. But yeah, and his parents don't like me and all of this. But because of that, he knows, at least for now, he can't come out or anything. Like, if he came out, his parents would probably kill him, or kick him out the house or something. So then, obviously, that's a big scare. But you know, we oh, what was I gonna say? Oh shit. But yeah, that was what it was like for him to love me. It was his experience came from it came from, I love this dude, but like, you know what I mean. And that sucks. Can I just say, for both of us, oh, there's a baby zombie. Sorry. Sorry, that was really scary. Okay. Anyway, so and that sucks for both of us because because bearing in mind, I love him. He's an amazing person, and I would do anything for him, even though we haven't talked in a while, and even though I was a shitty person to him at this one point. You know, I still love him, and he still means the world to me. But Alexa, turn down 2. Alexa, turn up 1. Sorry, the music was really loud. Yeah, but it sucked from both of our positions, and I want to talk about that. Yeah, that's the story. But I'm gonna start with his perspective, and then I'll talk about what it's like for me. So, I haven't talked to him. I don't know what it was like for him, and I don't know if he thinks about it now. I guarantee you he still does, because you know I catch him staring at me and shit. But you know, I guarantee you he does. And I was a big part of his life at that point, for obvious reasons. You know what I mean? Especially with the fact, if he really did like me like that, I would have been the first person he kind of loved. But also, it would have been a big thing for him, because like, he's old as well, and to find out that he likes dudes that late on that'd be scary. Do you know what I mean? I don't tell people this much either, because obviously, for his sake, it's like he's going to uni next year, in September. So in like 9 months or some shit, he's gonna go to uni. But like, he has so much going on for his life. He has so much just amazing things going for him. And I think part of the reason oh, I thought someone was downstairs. Part of the reason he was so like, it hurt him so much, and he felt so scared and terrified because of it, was mainly because of the age. Just think, okay, imagine if you fell in love with somebody 3 years younger than you. And like, if you're an adult, then that's fine, but like, 14 and 17 is crazy. Let me just say that. And it's like, and can I just say it's 3 years in a month? So there's going to be a point where he's 18 and I'm still going to be 14. And that's just so crazy. You gotta think about that. Imagine if you were in his shoes. That would just be fucking crazy. Do you know what I mean? But as much as it hurts, I understand that now. And for any of you going through that same thing of it's shit, do you know what I mean? Like, I just, that's all I can say. I can say it sucks. From either sides. If you're in love with somebody you know you can't have, or you feel guilty about it, I know how much it sucks. But you've got to, no matter what it's for, if it's your family, then I say wait. If you really loved them, then you'd wait out and you'd get with them when you're older or something. If it's because of religion, I don't know what I can say about that. I'm a Christian. I believe if you feel a way, you feel that way and you can't change it. I would never hate anybody for anything they feel. do you know what I mean? But that's that, and yeah. But it just kind of sucks, and I wouldn't wish that upon anyone, to fall in love with somebody and feeling guilty about it, because love is the most beautiful thing, you know, like, it's just, you can't experience anything like it, and it's kind of odd saying that this young. I'm 14, you know, and that's kind of crazy, do you know what I mean? But it is, I can say that I love this dude, I loved him, and I still do love him. It's been 4 months since we spoken, and I still think about him every day, and I still talk to him about all my friends. No, I still talk about him to all my friends and stuff, so, yeah. It does suck. So, but what I can say is, to love somebody is like a gift. You don't feel that towards anyone. So never put yourself down because of that. You can't help that feeling. You can't help the way you feel about somebody. Yeah, do you know what I mean? I don't think, and if somebody is telling you that, then that's not somebody you should be around. And also, if you're in a kind of a case of, why do I like this dude? Why is he so ugly? He's like, you know, he's all of this, because the dude, you know, Will, he's not the best looking dude. It's just because they're just a nice person to be around. I think that's the best way to put it. I'm kind of talking about my ass at this point, so I'm just gonna go on to my perspective. So for a while, I loved him, and for a while I kind of knew that he kind of liked me, but at that point I didn't know he couldn't. I just thought he didn't love me that much. So if now I'm talking from my perspective, and if this is for anybody that wants to that is kind of like, I think they like me but they can't. So people are going to experience, and people are going to have lives that you don't know anything about. My youth leader, he said to me once, he said, Judah, things happen for a reason, but for that reason might happen for their side. So what I'm saying is, there's probably a conversation or a feeling or something they've had that you don't know about. So they might like love you with all their heart, but maybe there's like just somebody or something that's stopping them from that you don't know about. Or maybe it's just like an internal conflict. But another thing is, it might not be that. It might genuinely just be a case of they don't want to love you, and they feel guilty about it because of maybe the age. I think that's a big thing, especially the age is, because like that'd be really embarrassing. Do you know what I mean? Like, imagine going to your friend, yeah, but I've got like imagine going, oh yeah, you know, I'm dating somebody, and they're like, oh, that's so cool, like, what's their name? They go like, oh, how old are they? And you go, like, that'd be so horrifying, telling somebody that you're dating somebody younger than you. So that's the big thing. Can I just say that for you guys? But yeah, it sucks from all cases. But you got to realize that they don't need to love you, and that hurts so much to say. You can love them with all their heart, with all your heart. You can give them everything in the world, everything that they could need. But then at the same time, you might not be perfect for them. I don't know, you've probably heard this quote before, but there's a quote, and it goes, you might be the most beautiful shade of red, but their favourite colour is still blue. It sucks. I'm gonna say that and burn your fucking ear off. Do you know what I mean? But it does. But you have to, no matter how long it takes, you're gonna have to come to terms that they're not forced to love you. I'm gonna talk about it, what it's like from my experiences now, like what I think on the daily. I think about when he said that, and how he said that, and how much he kind of did love me, and how much he meant to me, and how much he still means to me. And I think all the time, I'm like, oh, I really hope he feels like the same way about me. Do you know what I mean? I hope he thinks about me and all of that. But it's like, I miss him so much, to the point where I don't care if he thinks about me. I just want him to be happy. Do you know what I mean? I just want the best for him. I love him so much. Do you know what I mean? But it's not always gonna. He's not always gonna. It's that person for you. There's a decent chance that they're not gonna love you. There are 7 billion people in the world, and like, I'm telling you, 0.05% would ever truly like you, and then an even smaller amount would love you. Let me just say that. Love is a beautiful thing, but it's also a hard thing. Not in the sense of, oh, love isn't easy, like, it's hard, you need to figure things out together. It's not that. It's like, it sucks for people that are single. That's the thing that's hard about it. It's hard to love somebody more than they love you. Yeah, that's my rant. I'll probably do something else on this, because I feel like I was just talking out my ass half the time. But like, if you understood any of that, like, just, yeah. I hope that person loves you back and understand how much you love them. And I hope that someday they will learn to forgive you for your mistakes, and that I hope they will understand your pain. And I hope, but if you're from my perspective, I hope you understand them, and understand that it's not always your fault that they don't love you. So that's what I'm gonna end with. Yeah. You might not be the reason they don't love you. You aren't the reason they don't love you.